You keep thinking you're growing. You're telling yourself, I'm a lifelong learner. I'm investing for what's next. But the truth is, learning doesn't always equal progress. In fact, if you're honest, you may be hiding behind your reading list, behind your podcast queue, behind your webinar stacks. You might be addicted to consuming information instead of using information. And while you say you're getting ready for greatness, all you're actually doing is staying stuck. Today, I'm going to be talking to you about information addiction. Welcome back to Master Your Mindset, Master Your Life. This is a short, actionable podcast to give you tips and techniques to help you take back control of your life, to help you master your mindset so you can master your life. This podcast is made for busy people who want to just start moving forward, want to get from stuck to unstoppable, surviving to thriving. I'm Sanj, and I'm here to help you on your journey, to help you take back the pen so you can write the life story you are dreaming of. If you get something from this episode, please leave me a rating or review or share it with someone who you know who would benefit from hearing this. As I said today, I'm talking about information addiction. Because in the world we're living in today, in society, it is so easy to consume information constantly. I know because I fell into this black hole and I was doing this. I was a culprit. Yeah. So while you're saying while you've got your book list, while you've got your podcast queue, your webinar stacks, your YouTube videos that you're going to sit and watch, while you're saying you're getting ready for greatness, all you're actually doing is staying stuck. Because the easiest way to feel productive is to learn something and to avoid doing the hard stuff. And today I'm going to be pulling back the curtain on that, and I'll be talking about why your good habit of learning can actually be a trap. So I'll be telling you about the cost of it and how to flip it. So if you're ready to actually move from endless intake to unstoppable action, then this is for you. This one's for the doers, hiding behind those bookshelves, hiding behind those mobile screens, those YouTube videos and those podcast queues. So how often have you told yourself, if I just learn enough, one day I'll be ready? That's not growth. That's procrastination. It's disguised as self-improvement. And this is an easy thing to happen when you're on this journey of personal development. It's easy to say, yeah, just one more book, just one more podcast, just one more motivational speech. But here's what I discovered. The brain loves it, new information. My brain was loving it. And it gives you a hit of dopamine. You feel like you're working. You feel like you're improving. You feel like you're getting better. But that doesn't necessarily mean transformation, because it means you feel like you're moving, but actually, in reality, you're idle. Because having that knowledge, reading the book is all fantastic, but if you're not doing anything with it, you may as well not have read the book. And neuroscience backs this up, because information activates the brain's reward system. So you're actually getting this hit of dopamine. Yeah, so the same areas that are activated by food or by money, even when the information is useless, your brain says, yes, another article, yes, another podcast, yes, another tip. But your real life, your actions, they stay the same. They don't do anything. They don't move. So what's the cost of staying stuck in that loop? It's you waste time, real time. Time you could have been spending executing, time you could have spent building by failing and learning and just becoming the best version of you. You build an identity as a learner, not a doer. You give yourself permission to delay real change because you think you're still learning. And then the worst thing is you risk burnout, you risk frustration, overwhelm, all because you're drowning in this consumption, rather than clarity. So if you keep doing what you're doing, you'll stay who you are. You'll be the person who knows a lot but isn't known for the results. But the identity you must step into, you must be a person who doesn't just collect knowledge, they apply knowledge. They don't just prepare, they perform. They don't just take it in, they take over. Who are you becoming if you keep pretending that learning is enough? And who do you become when you break free? This happened to me recently. My daughter actually said she wanted to be more like me because I read the books, I took down notes, and I implemented it. And for me, I wasn't doing it for her. I wasn't trying to show off. I was just doing what I wanted to do. But she picked up on that. And for me, that is a big thing. She picked up that I was implementing the things I was learning. And yes, there's loads of stuff which I consume which I don't implement. But again, because I'm coaching people, I know who it is for. I know the people it will help, the people who have the routines or the mindset, who it will be better suited for. But I still consume that information. And the problem is we're addicted to information. I know I was. You could be addicted. You think that this unlimited access to content is a gift until it becomes your crutch. Yeah, the term infomania actually captures a relentless drive to just check, to consume, to gather, even when the value is low. And the notion of information addiction has started to show up. Your brain rewards that intake like it does junk food. You get high on knowing, but with no filter, no next step. You're just eating through that junk and it just leaves you sluggish. So what exactly are you doing? You subscribe to podcasts, to articles, to books, to webinars, but you never commit to anything. Yeah, you'll believe you'll wait until you're more prepared, then you'll act. So all you end up doing is staying in training mode. You end up confusing input for progress, and you just end up overloading your mind and just underfeeding your mission. Because when you're addicted to learning, you just create noise. You build false competence, and you actually delay that mastery, because mastery actually demands actions. It demands stakes. It demands failure. It demands iteration. None of this sit naturally in the learn more mode. So what you need to do is you need to actually balance, you need to filter, you need to apply. So here are 5 ways to find balance between learning too much and not enough, and to ensure that the information that you're consuming actually moves you forward. Yeah, number 1 is audit your intake. Yeah, I did this. I listened to every podcast I listened to, every book I could pick out in the library, and I was just asking what percentage of this actually led to change. And the answer shocked me at first, because I was listening at first. I listened to 10 episodes, but nothing, I wasn't taking any action. Yeah, none of it actually made me change anything. So what I started doing was I started making sure that everything I listened to, there was at least one actionable thing I could take away. Yeah, it may not be it at first. It happened all the time on every new, or when I was new to this journey, but then over time it became fewer and fewer, because I already had certain routines I liked, certain things that I did that I knew worked for me and what I didn't. And so now, as time's gone on, I'm implementing fewer and fewer of them, but it's still giving me new ideas, so I am changing things. So what I started doing is the podcasts and things that I started to eliminate were the ones where I just gained no value from it, where I just wasn't getting anything from it. Yeah, did it move me test? And is this something that could benefit me now or in the future, or is it just fueling my identity as a learner? When I started to do that, it cut down the number of podcasts from 19 to 9. Then I started to actually define action value versus entertainment value, because every piece of content that you're consuming, it falls into one of 2 buckets. One is entertainment value. These are interesting. These are feel goods, inspiring, but it doesn't actually change your system. Or action value. This is something that triggers something inside you, a decision, a plan, just a bite-sized test. So you want more of your content to be action valued. Because if it's all entertainment, it means you're stalling. I also created scheduled consumption windows. I stopped allowing myself to devour this content at random times. I set specific times when I was commuting, when I was doing chores, when I was outside the house alone. Yeah, those were windows where it was all about learning these things. Then when I got home, it would be, okay, how can I implement it? Yeah, and this created structural discipline because it prevented me just constantly listening and not doing anything. It forced me to ask myself, is it valuable enough to spend one of my, is it valuable enough for me to spend my time on? And then it was immediate micro applications. So when I got the podcast, when I finished the podcast, I would then think, okay, what's my micro action that I can take in the next day? And then I tracked it. Did I do it? What difference did it make? Was it good or bad? Yeah, you read about something like a morning routine optimization. Yeah, so tomorrow morning I wake up at 6 a.m. and I meditate first thing in the morning. No phone, no nothing. I just sit and meditate. Yeah, then I evaluate. If there's nothing, if I'm not taking any action, then there's no progress. And then purge. Do a purge and a reflect. Once a month, review how many of these pieces of content that you've consumed translated into one or more significant life shifts. How many just simply filled your head? Get rid of those subscriptions. Get rid of those apps which you still haven't used. Ask yourself, does this content elevate me or does it hijack me? And be ruthless, because the fewer distractions you have, the more capacity you leave for the big stuff. Yeah, so this is my challenge to you this week. Everything that you're learning, everything you're engaging with, yeah, books, podcasts, articles, webinars, whatever, write it for each source. Write down, did I take away one concrete action as a result? Yes or no? If no for more than 50% of the list, start eliminating those sources. Yeah, choose 2 high quality sources, action valued, to keep for the next 30 days. And for each piece of content you consume in the next week, write down 1 micro action that you will do within 24 hours from hearing it, reading it, etc. And you will implement it. And at the end of the week, tick if you did it. And then once a month, set a 1 week long no new learning window. Pick a day where you do no new learning content, no podcast, no article, no webinar. Use that time instead for action, for reflection, and for creating. Because what you'll start doing when you do this is you will move from collecting knowledge to start engineering that change that you need. And that's where your transformation begins. You're not a spectator. You're not a passive consumer. Yeah, you are a transformer. You're a person who turns thoughts into ideas into outcomes. So from now on, you're not learning to delay the work. You're learning to do the work. Yeah, you're not gathering data to wait for the right moment. You're building momentum in the right moment. So let this episode mark the pivot from information junkie to results generator, from 1 more article to 1 more win. Yeah, this isn't hype. This is ownership. This is mastery. Rise up, make the move, and never forget, you don't just consume, you become. Thanks for listening to this today. If you got something from it, as I said, please leave a rating or review of this episode. Let me know what your biggest takeaways were. Let me know what you're going to implement and how it impacts you. Yeah, tag me on Instagram at just.live.coaching. Let me know how it's made a difference in your life. Or drop a message in the Master Your Mindset, Master Your Life Facebook community. Let me know what hit you hardest and what you're committing to change. And for you guys out there, if you haven't joined yet, join my free Facebook community, The Motivated Man, where we're here to support you, we're here to challenge you, and we're here to hold you accountable to help you on your journey from stuck to unstoppable. Remember, consume less, apply more, and that's how you will get from stuck to unstoppable. When you make that shift in your mindset, you will start to master your mindset, and that's how you will master your life.